What's up, family? Man, we're going to continue our series on self-love. Um, we started on Sunday where we talked about shame and what was it? Brain fart and learning to forgive ourselves. And today we're going to pick it back up, talking about healthy boundaries, and we'll conclude it tomorrow where we talk about moving forward. Healthy boundaries. In most of the coaching sessions that I have and mentoring sessions I have, the great majority of the people that I talk to don't have healthy boundaries. They've never had healthy boundaries. And the truth is, most of us have no understanding of what healthy boundaries are about at all. And it started back as a kid. You know what I mean? It's not our fault. It just started back as a kid. You know what I mean? To where, man, we grew up in an environment, the great majority of us, we grew up in environments where, man, we wasn't shown or we wasn't taught how to have healthy boundaries. You know what I mean? We grew up in an environment where, man, our parents were traumatized. Our parents had issues that they hadn't healed, they hadn't dealt with. And so we never learned what all we were capable of being. We never learned, man, that I could have healthy boundaries, that I could have my own little private space. Stay with me, we're going somewhere. And so often, many of us grew up sharing rooms with our brothers and sisters and all this other crazy shit. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of kids and we have family, cousins, and everybody else staying there with us. And so we were crowded. And so we really didn't have any privacy. We were crowded and, man, you couldn't go anywhere and just reflect and just get away from it all. Everywhere you went, there was somebody there. There was always somebody crowding your space. And so we learned as kids, man, this is just how life is. This is how life is. Some healthy boundaries. And the trip is, so many of us, because our parents were messed up, and they didn't realize how messed up they were. They didn't realize how toxic they were. They didn't realize that they were teaching us unhealthy boundaries by their abuse, by them being so controlling, by them always dictating everything. It's true. They would knock on your door. They would just bust open your door. Your brothers and sisters would just walk in your room. They would just go through your notebooks, just go through your journals, go through your diaries. You had no privacy. You had nothing that was yours. Everything belonged to the family. Everything belonged to your parents. They paid for it. It was theirs. They're allowing you to use it. It wasn't your room. It was their room because they paid the rent or because they were paying the house payment. And you were just a lucky beneficiary of their hard work. It wasn't yours. The bed you slept in wasn't yours. The clothes you wore, it wasn't yours. Unless you paid for them. And so we grow up, and most of us never understand healthy boundaries. Parents got in your face, your siblings got in your face, people around you got in your face. Oh, yeah. And you didn't understand, man, you're entitled to your space. Because they were the parents. They could say and do what they wanted to do. Because they were the parents, they could walk in your room anytime they wanted to. They were your sisters, your brothers, because they were family, that gave them the right to do whatever they wanted to. And so we grow up with that mentality. And then we get older and we get in relationships and we think that this person, oh, they're my spouse, they're my boyfriend, my girlfriend, and they can just do whatever they want. I don't have to have any space. Man, I'll go to the bathroom. My kids will follow me in the bathroom. I can't take a dump without my kids and babies walking in there and wanting to sit there and play and talk to me. I can't go take a shower or bath without my spouse or my mate walking in and checking on me and making sure that I'm, quote unquote, taking a shower. We've never learned how to have healthy boundaries. We didn't even know what healthy boundaries were. We didn't even understand what boundaries were. The only boundaries we understood was the boundaries of, okay, this is our property. This is our apartment. This is our house. This is our block. This is our hood. This is our neighborhood. This is our street. And so many people have died defending, protecting their street, their hood, their apartment complex. They understood those boundaries, but they've never learned healthy boundaries for their own personal lives. So many people go to war fighting for this country, and they'll fight a war they don't understand. They'll go fight an enemy they've never met, only to come back home and still not understand healthy boundaries for them, for their personal growth and development, for their own emotional stability. How twisted is that? How twisted is it that at the age of 18, you could get a gun and go to war to protect your country, when nobody has violated or invaded your country? Nobody has attacked America, but you're trained how to go to war and kill those that would attack America. But you've never been taught how to have healthy boundaries for your own personal sake. You go to school and you get all these degrees. You go to school and they'll teach you all this other stuff about other people's lives. How other people made millions and billions of dollars. How other people influence psychology and medicine and science and sports, other entertainment. But they won't teach you about your own personal healthy boundaries. You'll go to church and you'll find out all this stuff about how all these people in the Bible went to war. And they were always at battle. Always at battle. But nobody really talked about healthy boundaries, personal boundaries. Why is that? Why is it we could go to church and we could learn about Jesus and God and Moses and Adam and Abraham and Enoch and Isaac and Ishmael and all these other people, but nobody wants to sit down and teach us about healthy boundaries? Everybody want to talk about George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, Benjamin Franklin, Delano Roosevelt, John F. Kennedy, Marilyn Monroe, and the list goes on and on and on with people in American history. But nobody wants to sit down and really have a heart-to-heart conversation with you about healthy personal boundaries. We'll talk about boundaries when the Americans were constantly invaded the Native Americans' territories. We'll talk about boundaries when America went to war with Mexico. We'll talk about boundaries during the Civil War. But we won't talk about boundaries when it comes to our own personal growth and development. When you look at all the globe and you look at all the nations, there are boundaries. There's boundaries for every city, every county, every U.S. territory. there's a boundary. But nobody talks about your personal boundaries for your growth and development, for your well-being. It's a trip. When you sit back and you think about the fact that, man, we'll let people walk all over us. We'll let family members come in and dog us out. We'll let our mom and dad, we'll let our kids keep calling us and texting us with the stupid stuff, with all the negativity, all the drama and the chaos. We'll allow our friends to get on the phone and cry over and over and over and over and over about the same deadbeat motherfucker that they've been with for the last 15, 20 years, but they won't grow the fuck up and put their foot down and establish some fucking boundaries. It's because we've been so twisted, we don't even understand that they're violating our boundaries. Every time you allow somebody to keep coming in and telling you the same stupid shit, the same negative toxic, and you think, I'm just being a good friend, I'm just being a good son, I'm just being a good daughter, I'm just listening to them, that's what I'm supposed to do. And then no bullshit. Enough is enough. There has to come a time where you cut the shit off. There has to come a time where you say, man, you keep doing the same stupid shit over and over and over, and you won't change. You won't put your foot down. You keep allowing him to cheat on you. You keep allowing him to beat you and put hands on you and choke you. Okay, you like that? Go right ahead. Don't call me no more with that bullshit. Don't call me no more telling me about what the fuck you going through. I don't care no more. I love you, but if you won't change the shit, you not bringing that bullshit over here to me no more and getting me fucked up emotionally. I love you, but if you want to keep using and abusing dope, man, and alcohol and whatever else you do, man, go right ahead. But don't call me no more with the bullshit. Don't text me no more with the bullshit. I don't give a fuck. You don't care, I don't care. That's healthy boundaries. There has to come a time where you put your foot down and say enough is enough. I'm sick and tired of being an emotional wreck because I'm so worried and so concerned about your raggedy ass that you don't give a fuck about. So you keep bringing the bullshit to me and I keep gobbling the shit up. And now I feel bad. Now I feel like I'm on one. I'm twisted up emotionally. My peace is gone. Because I'm entertaining your bullshit. I'm listening to your bullshit. And I'm wondering why, man, why is my day so fucked up? Why am I on one like this? Because I'm listening to your bullshit. I'm connecting to your negative, toxic ass energy. And I don't understand healthy boundaries and to cut your ass off. And because I don't understand healthy boundaries, I allow you to come in with all your negativity. I allow you to come in with your low frequency and your bullshit. And you fuck up mine. You fuck mine up now. Because I'm trying to be a good friend. Because I'm trying to be a good mate. Because I'm trying to be a good child. Because I'm trying to be a good mother, a good father. There has to come a time where you're like, man, fuck these motherfuckers. I know this is my kid. Man, fuck this motherfucker. They want to stay on this bullshit. Man, so right ahead. Go right ahead. This is your life. Do you. But you're not going to fuck up my peace. Because you got some bullshit going on you don't want to deal with. That's part of healthy boundaries. I know this isn't popular. I know this isn't the shit a lot of us want to hear and talk about. But I'll be damned if I let my kids just keep calling me or texting me with bullshit. I'm not that one. I'm not entertaining the bullshit. And I don't give a fuck who it's coming from. I will cut siblings off. I will cut parents off. I will cut friends off. I will cut my kids off. I will cut anybody off when it comes to my peace of mind, when it comes to my joy. Why? Because nothing's more important than my peace of mind. I'm not dealing with your bullshit. I am a life coach. I am a mentor. I have no problems helping people. But when you don't want to fucking help yourself and you keep sticking and doing the same bullshit over and over and over and over and over and over and over, after we've sat down and talked about it, came up with a roadmap, came up with a plan, and all this other stuff of what you was going to do, what you were supposed to do, and you decide to ignore that, you decide to keep going on the same path you was on, you decide to keep sticking with this deadbeat motherfucker, or whatever the case may be, you decide to stay on this low frequency, low vibrating bullshit. Okay, enough is enough. I'm not getting on your fucking frequency because you down there. And because you stuck on stupid and can't get out of it. I'm going to cut you loose. I will help you as long as I can. But then there comes a time where you have to cut they ass loose. There comes a time where you have to cut that dead-end, raggedy-ass fucking job loose. There comes that, you cut that fucking dead-end, raggedy-ass fucking relationship. I don't give a fuck how long you've been married. I don't give a fuck how long you've been dating. I don't give a fuck how many kids you got. Cut they fucking raggedy-ass loose. It's healthy boundaries. You have to understand. Man, I gotta have me some peace. I'm tired of walking on fucking eggshells around you. I'm tired of tiptoeing around your ass. I'm tired of keeping my peace or biting my tongue when I come in the fucking house because I don't want you to get set off. No, motherfucker, get your raggedy, negative, toxic ass the fuck up out of here. I'm not dealing with your bullshit no more. Love me, hate me, I don't give a fuck. I love me. And because I love me, I have healthy boundaries. And see, the trip is most of us don't love us. We're talking about self-love still. Most of us don't love ourselves. We don't even know how to love ourselves. We don't even understand that not having healthy boundaries is a sign of not loving yourself. I'll say it again. Not loving yourself. When you don't love yourself, you mistreat yourself. When you don't love yourself, you don't have healthy boundaries. You can't love yourself and not have healthy boundaries. It's impossible. You cannot love yourself and allow people to mistreat you. You cannot love yourself and allow people to use you and abuse you. You cannot love yourself and allow people just dog you the fuck out over and over and over. You cannot love yourself and you keep entertaining their negative bullshit. Their woe is me and I'm a victim and he keeps doing this to me and she keeps doing this to me and my kids get it. Shut the fuck up and grow the fuck up. I ain't got time for the bullshit. You don't want to change, fuck you, stay there, but don't call me no more with your bullshit. Don't text me no more with your bullshit. It's not because I don't like you. It's not because I don't love you. It's because I love me. And because I love me, I refuse to get on that low frequency. Because I love me, I refuse to lose my peace and my joy. And I'm not going to allow you or anybody else to take my peace or my joy. Why? Because I love me. I love you too. That's why I'm cutting your ass off. With the hopes that you'll grow the fuck up. with the hope that you'll deal with your fucking issues and heal them and grow through them. Healthy boundaries. Stop giving to motherfuckers that don't appreciate it. Stop sowing into motherfuckers that don't appreciate it. Stop giving your time and your energy to motherfuckers that don't appreciate it. And the trip is, so many of us do that because we want to be loved. We want to be accepted. We want other people to think highly of us. We want to be there for everybody else. And the ironic part of that is, you're there for everybody else, but you're never there for yourself. You've learned how to be attuned and attentive to everybody else's needs and wants, while dismissing and minimizing your own. You're trying to give everybody else peace and joy and happiness, while invalidating your own. Because that's a lack of healthy boundaries. Because that's a lack of self-love. You don't have healthy boundaries when you're, how can I say this? When you refuse to take me time. You don't have healthy boundaries when you don't know how to disconnect from the bullshit. And religious people have you fucked up. Religious people have you thinking that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to just be there and just allow people keep doing stuff and praying, because the Bible says if somebody slap you, turn the other cheek. And somebody does something wrong, forgive them 7 times. I'm going to forgive your ass, but I'm cutting you the fuck off. Let's keep this shit real. I'm not going to keep letting you use me and abuse me because you say I'm sorry. No, the fuck you ain't sorry. You don't mean the shit. You're emotionally manipulating me. And because my raggedy ass don't have healthy boundaries, I keep allowing you to do it. See, here's the trick. I've grown to the point where I don't give a fuck what the church think about me. I don't give a fuck what people think about me. People ain't got a heaven or hell to put me in. Fuck them. And I mean that shit. I love humanity. But I don't give a fuck what your thoughts are about me. I'm not going to stop being me to accommodate you. I'm not going to stop and kill my peace and joy because you ain't got no peace and joy. I'm not going to stop being happy to appease your miserable fucking life. If you don't want peace and joy, man, keep your ass over there. And I'll keep my ass over here. And when you raise your frequency, then we can chop it up. You can come over here. But I'm not going down to misery lane just to accommodate you and see about you. I'm not doing that. Because that means I'm lowering my frequency. I'm lowering my frequency. Healthy boundaries. Man, we've been programmed. We've been programmed not to have them. We've been programmed to dismiss and minimize and invalidate our own feelings to accommodate others. to appease others, to make others happy. To make others happy. Man, we got to grow up. We have to grow up. We have to understand, man, in order for me to love me, I have to understand healthy boundaries. I have to establish healthy boundaries with everybody. With everybody. I see people that have gone to work and they'll put the boss and their coworkers and everybody else in check. Nah, you ain't gonna just talk to me like that would do it, and you just get on one. But then you let your raggedy ass fucking kids disrespect you. You let your raggedy ass fucking kids and spouse disrespect you. You let your raggedy ass family invalidate you and to minimize your accomplishments. But you want to check everybody else. But then you get around your family, you get around your spouse, you get around your kids, and you ain't got no fucking voice. You Billy Badass out in public. Then you come home and you're a fucking coward. You come home and you're fucking voiceless. You come home and you're fucking powerless. Because you don't have healthy boundaries. Because you don't love yourself. We got to grow up. We have to stop pretending. We have to stop playing the game. We have to stop trying to act like we got everything fucking together. We got to get to the point where we don't give a fuck what other people think about us. What matters is, man, do I have peace of mind? Do I have that joy that passes all understanding? And when I get that, how do I keep it? See, you can't have that peace and that joy and be worried about everybody else and be concerned about how people see you and how they perceive you and what they think about you. You're never going to have peace and joy that way. Never. Healthy boundaries. Healthy boundaries is an imaginary wall that we put up around our emotional state, our emotional being. That says, I'm not allowing anything or anyone to mess this up. And it's a trip because so many of us, those that had kids, when the baby was asleep and that motherfucker finally went to sleep, you wanted the house quiet as fuck. Want nobody coming with no bullshit. Want nobody talking loud. Want nobody playing loud. Because I'll be damned if you wake this little motherfucker up. He finally went to sleep. Now I got some peace. Now I can fucking finally relax. That's how we're supposed to be with our own emotional state, our own emotional well-being, protecting it, guarding it, not allowing people to come in with their bullshit. And the trip is, part of healthy boundaries is paying attention to the bullshit you listen to. See, music has a way of it being toxic, negative, It's just energy. And you don't realize it because you've always listened to this. You've always liked this type of stuff. But that gets down in your spirit. That gets down in your emotional being. And it fucks it up. So you have to be careful of the shows you're watching. You think it's just fun and just laugh and just silly and hoo-doo-doo. But what is your emotional being saying about it? You think it's just, oh, it's just kid stuff. It's just silly. It's just da-da-da. But how is it affecting your emotional states? How is it affecting your being, your emotional being? See, I know some people, they love scary movies, spooky movies. But they feel some kind of way after they watch it. Why do you watch it then? That's your spirit telling you. That's your emotional being telling you, man, don't watch this. Don't entertain this shit. We'll get on social media and we'll see all kinds of stupid ass videos and pictures and memes and posts and everything else. And then we'll feel some kind of way. And see, when you're guarding your emotional being, when you're protecting your emotional being, you're not allowing anything and everything to come through. It's like the queen or the king. They're guarded. They're protected. Anybody can't come into the vicinity of the queen. Anybody can't walk into her fucking presence. Anybody can't walk into the presence of the king. You have to be invited. You got to be checked out. You got to be validated. And so what that's supposed to teach us is that if I'm a king, if I'm a queen, I can't just let anybody come up and talk to me. If I'm a king, I can't just be caught up in every fucking conversation. I can't entertain everything that's going on. I have to be selective of what I do and what I allow to get attached to me. Because I'm a king. Because I'm a queen. The problem is we allow anything to get attached to us. We'll allow anybody just to start having conversations with us about all the negative bullshit. All the toxic, stupid shit. And we allow that stuff because we don't have healthy boundaries. And at the core of that is because we don't love ourselves. That is the root cause of why you don't have healthy boundaries. Because you lack self-love. I hope and pray that I've said something to inspire you, to encourage you, to uplift you, to motivate you, to whatever. You know what I mean? To think outside the box. Healthy boundaries. Do you have any? Do you even know what it is? I love you guys. Happy healing. Peace.